What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with part 2 of the legendary Pokemon tier list. Now, for the first part video, if you didn't see that, there's a link. I'm gonna put it up right there. Yep, right there. If you want to see that video, we talked about the first 4 generations of legendary and mythical Pokemon. We're now getting into Gen 5, and we're gonna this one's gonna go a lot faster because we got to get through a lot. So here we go. Let's go. First one, Victini. I'm not even going to waste time with this one. Too much time. Its ability is Victory Star. The Pokemon and its allies' moves have their accuracy multiplied by 10%. So that's cool. It has the strongest fire type in the game move called Victory Star. V-Create. Yeah, V-Create is the name of the attack. 180 base power. Lowers the user's defense, special defense by 1. Crazy strong and it has 95% accuracy, but with Victory Star, that's not going to be an issue. So, yeah, just going to put you in the Uber tier, and we'll leave you there, and we're moving on. Yeah, crazy strong fire type user. Oh, wait, Psychic and Fire. Sorry, I forgot about that. Now, Cobalion. Okay, this is one of the Swords of Justice Pokemon or whatever, that with Keldeo. So, this first one, they're all fighting types, but they also have like a secondary type. This one's Steel and Fighting. Pretty good type combination. Only 2 weaknesses are Fighting, Fire, and Ground. Other than that, though, it has access to some pretty interesting attacks. It can use Solid Iron Head user, Stone Edge user. It can use Close Combat really well. It can use... I use one on my underused Pokemon team, the UU tier. My eyes, what's up with my eyes? Okay. It can use... They use Stealth Rock and Volt Switch. It's got pretty good defense stat. Pretty good defense stat, but special defense is where it lacks. So, yeah, be careful of that, especially around fire types. Yeah, basically, this thing's getting owned hard by fire types, so be careful. That's why I would implore you to use Stone Edge instead of Iron Head. Other than that, though, yeah, close combat's strong. It can use Stealth Rock. It can use Volt Switch to switch out quickly. Its speed is decent enough for that to be used. But it's not now these Pokemon are not as strong as other Pokemon, as other legendaries. So he is strong. He's solid strong. Not very versatile, unfortunately. So I gotta put him in the middle tier. Yeah, probably in the underused tier. Yeah, by the way, when I mean tiers, there's like Uber, there's OU, there's UU, and he's on UU. So there are Pokemon in the OU and Uber tier that outclass him in general. So I mean, good Steel and Fighting type. Basically a better Lucario. Next is Terrakion. Rock and Fighting type. A lot of weaknesses on this guy. Fairy, Fighting, Grass, Ground, Psychic, Steel, and Water. Holy crap. on a good note, though, he can resist a lot. He can resist Bug, Dark, Fire, Normal, Poison, and Rock-type attacks. So, decent there. He's got decent, really good attack stat. 129 base. Decent speed. Same as Cobalion's. He's got okay defense, but with that many weaknesses, it's not enough to really help it out too much. This thing's probably gonna get brought down in 1 or 2 attacks, from 1 or 2 strong attacks. That being said, probably the best close combat or Stone Edge user you can use in most tiers. It has access to Earthquake. It can use Mega Horn. Some people recommend just using a Choice Band with it and just going crazy with it. So I'm putting him. Hard to say on this one. He's actually ranked as like borderline underused, overused. So I'm gonna put him just above Cobalion. He makes the cut there because of his strength and because of his attacks. Now, the next one, though, is a different story entirely. Verizion, it's a Grass and Fighting type. That is bad. Very weak to flying types, weak to fairy, fire, ice, poison, and psychic. So, it's... And by the way, these Swords of Justice Pokemon, Verizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion, their only ability is Justified, which if they get hit by a dark type attack, it raises their attack by 1 stage. Some people I've seen some people use Beat Up, and then attack a Justified Pokemon. That works, and then they just get like a crazy 6 or however, like 6 attack boost or something, Crazy amount of attack boost from that. But if you're not doing that, Verizion, though, is probably the worst of the 4, including Keldeo. It can use Mega Horn, Smart Strike, it can use Stone Edge, Close Combat. I'm trying to think, I think it can learn Leaf Blade. Best, hard to say on this one. I'm not putting it... Okay, first of all, I'm not putting it on tier with Cobalion. Cobalion's definitely stronger. I'm not sure if I want to... Yeah, I guess I kind of have to, so D list. Unfortunately, probably on the same tier as regular Shaman. So, a lot of Pokemon have two forms. These few, like Tornadus, Thundrus, Landris, all have two different forms, so we're going to talk about each one, because they are basically a different Pokemon. So base form Tornadus. Base form Tornadus is a straight flying type. So its only weaknesses are electric, rock, and ice. Makes it pretty good there. Special attack stat and physical attack stat are good. Speed's good. Probably won't be able to take too many attacks. It's got the ability Prankster. So it can use like first turn, so it can go Nasty Plot real quick. But then, after that, hard to say. He's good. I'm not. Where were you? You were down there. Sorry, buddy. Let's see. Probably put him on the same as Cobalion. Yeah, same tier as Cobalion. Now, Therian form, Tornadus has the ability Regenerator. And by the way, you can't change forms in battle. You have to pick either base form or Therian form with Tornadus, Landris, and Thundrus. So now that we got that out of the way. Yeah, most people, because of the Regenerator ability, which is golden in a tier in singles where you're constantly switching out in some cases. Restores 1/3 of its HP rounded down when switched out. A lot of people like to go Nasty Plot with Hurricane, Focus Blast, and Heat Wave. That covers a lot already as a Nasty Plot attacker. I think it can use Defog. Let me be sure about that, because you might have to transfer that move over. Now that being said, though, it's still pretty good. Flying type Pokemon. I'm gonna put it up there and probably on the same as Zapdos. Yeah, about the same there. It gets a slight edge over its base form because of having the ability Regenerator. Ho also has a Regenerator, but I feel like Therian form. Well, that's actually a tough one now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm cross on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in C list. All right, next of the weather Pokemon, I guess as they're called, Thundrus. Has the ability Prankster, so you can go. I think, and you can use Thunder Wave, so that's like a good first turn there. I saw people using it in the video game championships in 2021 with Taunt, Thunder Wave, either Scary Face or Swagger. Yeah, Thunder Wave and Taunt are probably the way to go with that as a supporter, and then having Eerie Impulse, which lowers the target's special attack by 2 stages, and then just attacking with Thunderbolt when you can, which makes it good in that respect. As a doubles user, but probably not going to be good. And this is just the base form we're talking about right now. We're going to get to the Therian form in a second. But the base form probably gonna be... It's electric and flying, so that's good. Yeah, its defensive typing is actually pretty good. Geez. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in the C tier because, unlike Zapdos can use U-turn. This thing's kind of stuck out there. I think Zapdos can... I don't know. Yeah, I think it's more of a support Pokemon. Zapdos is more of an attacker. Now, Therian form, Thundurus has the ability Volt Absorb. So, in addition to being immune to ground-type attacks, it can also absorb electric attacks, which is amazing. If you have Water-type, you can just... Or Water-type or any Pokemon that's effective, that's takes a lot of damage from electric-type attacks, you can just switch in Therian form Thundurus, and that would just absorb that electric attack. Absorb it, and I think, restore HP. Heals 1/4 of its maximum HP. When it's hit by any electric attack. So yeah, some people will just bring that in. Then you can use Volt Switch to switch it back out. Or U-turn. It has access to Psychic, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, Thunderbolt. Yeah, so pretty strong attacker, actually. So I don't know if I want to give that a little bit of an edge or not. If that edges out, you know what? I think that does. Yeah, that edges them out into B tier. So Therian form kind of gets the B tier on that one. And we're going in Pokedex order as of right now. So Reshiram is next. Reshiram, crazy powerful. Wow, 5th gen had some strong Pokemon in it. Special attack is 150 base. That's crazy strong. Attack. Let's see. Defense is 100. Special defense is 120. Its type is Dragon and Fire. So its weaknesses are Ground, Rock, and Dragon. Other than that, though, most people probably go. Yeah, it has the attack Blue Flare, by the way. 20% chance that it'll burn the target, 130 base power, accuracy is 85%, still really strong. Yeah, and the ability is Turbo Blaze, so Pokemon's move and their effects ignore the abilities of other Pokemon. Yeah, so again, that just adds to its strength right there. Boy. You know what? I'm going to put him up there, and I'm moving... I've changed my mind on Therian form. Thundrus. And the reason he's not stronger is because he's not broken. Alright, let me be clear about that. These top Pokemon are crazy strong and broken, almost. But Reshiram is not broken. Reshiram, even with Blue Flares, its main attack, is not the most broken thing. Its speed is 90, so that kind of keeps it from being broken. Alright, next is Zekrom, the electric and dragon type. So weaknesses are Dragon, Fairy, Ground, and Ice. A little bit more weakness than Reshiram. Its ability is Terravolt. Same deal with Reshiram. Pokemon's move and their effects ignore the abilities of other Pokemon. The best thing about this one is this one's more of a physical attacker, and it can learn Dragon Dance. Again, crazy strong, so that gives it, and also its Dragon Dance boosts its speed. Its speed is 90 base, not as great as other legendaries, but Dragon Dance makes up for it. It's got the attack Bolt Strike, 20% chance of paralyzation, 85% accuracy, but 130 base power. Yeah, so it's kind of, same, kind of the electric equivalent of Reshiram, so it gets B tier for that. Not quite broken, but still very strong. Alright. Landris. This one, first of all, it's ground and flying type. So there's only 2 weaknesses. Water and then ice. And the weakness to ice is a double because it's flying and ground. If you can get around that, you're good. This thing, it's power though. Oh my god. If you can get the hidden ability, go for it. But yeah, the regular ability is Sand Force. Pokemon's ground, rock, and steel type attacks do 1.3 times as much damage in Sandstorm. Also, but I would go with if you can get the hidden ability Sheer Force, that's even better. At that point, this thing just becomes a wall breaker. Stab, Earth Power. It's already Earth Power is already strong, and basically the stab makes it stronger than a normal Earthquake attack. You can also use Sludge Bomb with it. You can use Psychic, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Yeah, really, you can go. It's got enough. It's got physical attack strength, but I think Nasty Plot's kind of the way to go. Yeah, you can use Nasty Plot with it to boost its special attack stat. You can use Superpower with it, and that doesn't. Yeah, Superpower doesn't ignore the Sheer Force. I'm not sure if it does. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I've said Nasty Plot or Calm Mind. I think Calm Mind is the way to go. Calm Mind with Life Orb. That just then it does start doing crazy damage. I have one on my Uber tier list on my Uber team. So I'm gonna give this one an A rank, not quite B rank. Sorry, not quite broken, but still very strong. To the point where it can actually hang with legendaries with other legendaries. Ethereal form is the same type, with the ability Intimidate, which really good in doubles. I remember seeing people use it in Video Game Championship, both years, 2022 and 2021. Some people go Swords Dance with Earthquake, Fly, and Rock Slide. That's one build I've seen. Yeah, and then you can just keep switching it in, switching it out with the Intimidate ability. But there are better Pokemon that Intimidate because they have either like Parting Shot, U-Turn, or Volt Switch. So it's strong there. It's got Video Game Championship capabilities, but I wouldn't say it's broken. So you're in there. You're in the B list here. I think that's fair. All right, Kyurem. Kyurem's got 3 forms. There's Kyurem Black, and Kyurem White. Oh my god, it's like it's a freaking Super Saiyan or something. I don't know. It's like, was it Goku now? Kyurem Black. All right. So base Kyurem form is Dragon and Ice. All 3 forms are Dragon and Ice, by the way. So they're gonna have weaknesses are Dragon, Fairy, Fighting, Rock, and Steel. A lot of weaknesses. Kyurem, as it stands right now, is decent. Its ability is Pressure. It's strong because it's Ice and Dragon, but it's offensively that's pretty good. It has the ability to learn Dragon Dance, which is amazing, and it has the attack Icicle Spear. I think it's got a lot of good ice attacks too. So yeah, you basically which does a lot of damage to grass types, dragon types, flying types, ground types. Yeah, it's got a lot of ways. It does a lot of damage. Basically, that's the only attack you really need. Some people will put Substitute on it because of its defense stats, which are decent, not great. But with Pressure, it can basically stall out some of the PP of certain moves. And yeah, it's really just, but that's not a big deal, depleting PP, because there are ways around that. Yeah, it's basically this one's gonna be outclassed by the other 2 forms, so I gotta put him in the C list. He's strong, but there are better options, and we're gonna get into those better options right now. So first, let's see, we got Kyurem White as opposed to regular Kyurem. I'm making sure I'm reading this right. It's got way higher special attack, slightly more special defense, and speed, and same amount of speed. Yeah, same amount of speed, but way more special attack stat, and I think, yeah, it's just got a crazy strength. And it's regarded as one of the strongest special attackers in the Uber metagame. Yeah, I can actually outspeed Groudon, Kyogre, and Zekrom. So this one might get a. Let me make sure on this one. I'm leaning towards A list. It's kind of like hovering between A list and B list because of the fact that I can tell Groudon to go screw itself. Tell Groudon and Zekrom to go screw itself, and Kyogre. Yeah, so it has access to mostly ice and fire type attacks. It's a Dragon Ice, but it has access to fire type attacks like Fusion Flare. And it can also use Draco Meteor. So yeah, crazy. And it can use Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry is probably going to be its go-to attack. Just because of the ability to damage water types. Yeah, I'm putting... Okay, so I'm putting him in A tier. He kind of like just barely gets over the bar. Edging out Pokemon like Zapdos. Zapdos and Rayquaza. Yeah, but he is just crazy strength in the Uber tier. Let's see how he measures up to Kyurem Black. Again, Kyurem Black has better attack stat, 170 base attack stat, which is insane. On top of that, he can learn Dragon Dance, and he has access to Ice type, physical Ice type attacks, which is a crazy amount of power. You can also use Fusion Bolt, which does... Yeah, Fusion Bolt's good. Yes, that's a stable. That's a strong electric type attack. But again, he is Dragon and Ice, so some damage. Some people try to use Substitute with him. That's good. Yeah, I'm putting... Because of his stats and his just attack in general, I gotta put him in the A tier. So yeah, he makes the A tier. This Pokemon gave me the business not too long ago. Freaking Keldeo with Calm Mind. Calm Mind and Substitute and Leftovers. That was the build they had on it. Yeah, you basically Calm Mind, Scald, Secret Sword, and Substitute with Leftovers. Yeah, that's... Unless you have... First of all, it's Water and Fighting type. And it's got two forms, Resolute and Base. And there's not much difference between the two forms. Yeah, I think the stats are exactly the same. I think it's just a different attack. So because of his type, and yeah, he's more of a special attacker than the other justified Pokemon like him. So I think, yeah, he's gonna get... Yeah, I think he's gonna get the same tier as Cobalion and actually hard to say on this one. Yeah, about the same. Water and Fighting, yeah, he's got a lot of weaknesses. Electric, Fairy, Flying, Grass, and Psychic. If it wasn't for all those, he'd probably be a better substitute user, but other than that, though, he's... Yeah, unless you have something that can do significant damage... Yeah, especially with Calm Mind, yeah. This thing can be strong. Alright, Meloetta. Serene, yeah, it's basically a Serene Grace ability. It's normal and Psychic type. Has a second form that's normal and Fighting. We'll be doing both. We'll be analyzing both. Decent, let's see. It's mostly special attack and special defense is where its strengths are. Its speed's good. Its HP's good, so... Yeah, problem is it's not that great of a Pokemon. It works better in like lower tiers, but it's not that strong. I mean, it can substitute and Calm Mind real well, just like Keldeo. But even then, it has a hard time finding a niche. So I'm probably going to put them both together. The main difference between base form Meloetta and Pirouette form is its typing. Base form is normal Psychic. Pirouette form is normal Fighting. And then I think Pirouette form has more speed and better attack stat. Other than that, though, yeah, it's... I'm trying to think, is there an attack that changes form, or is it... I don't think so. I think there's an item that changes its form or something. I'm not too sure about that one. Sorry, I can't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, so I'm gonna put them... I'm trying to think here. They've got decent attacks. They can use Psychic, Focus Blast, Hyper Voice. Probably one of the better Hyper Voice users in the game. Hard one. They're not bad. They're just not as good as the other legendaries. Oh god. Yeah, forgive me. Yeah, I just they're strong, but it's kind of all over the place. I mean, normal psychic is good because it's only weak to bug and dark. Normal fighting, however, fairy, fighting, flying, and psychic. That's the weaknesses. It has the ability Serene Grace, which, like we've talked about already, but I can't see it being. Can't see it being too strong. Actually, I'm gonna boost him up. Yeah, change of heart. I'm gonna boost him up to the D list here, just because they do have some good attacks and they have Serene Grace that kind of sets them slightly over the edge. They're not as bad as freaking Fion. I felt bad putting them next to Fion. It's like, ugh. Alright, this one. Genesect. Bug and Steel type, so double weakness to fire. That's its only weakness, though. Yeah, so other than fire, I mean, other than that, it's pretty decent. Has the... It's a strong U-turn user. Also can use Iron Head, well... Its ability is download, so on switch in, attack or special attack is raised by one stage based on the foe's weaker defense. So that's good. People probably end up using Choice Scarf. So I see it being more, used more in the Uber tier. So yeah, that's just base form. Now, if you want to change its form, there's 4 drives: Burn, Chill, Douse, and Shock. I really don't recommend using any of them. So just as base form. So basically, instead of doing 5 different forms of Genesect, we're just gonna chalk it up to 1. I don't think he's broken. I don't want to put him. I'm not gonna put him in the A tier, but solid B tier. Yeah, its HP stats not that great, but other than that, though, it's actually pretty decent Pokemon. I'm putting him in the A tier, yeah, alongside Landris, yeah. He's actually pretty strong. Alright, I've already fought this thing enough times to know Xerneas should be in the freaking broken tier. Here's the thing. Power Herb, Geomancy, and then Moonblast. As long as you equip the power... Equip it with a Power Herb, and then use Geomancy. Geomancy, first of all, it's a fairy type. Let me just tell you about Xerneas for those of you who don't know. I mean, I see one almost every Pokemon Sword and Shield stream. Someone using freaking Xerneas. I'm already putting it in the A tier, but if you need an explanation, I'll give it to you. Hold on. I want to be sure about exactly what I'm talking about. Let me just click on something real quick. Yeah, Fairy Aura boosts its fairy type attacks by 33%. Geomancy, it's a stat boosting move that takes 2 turns to use, but with Power Herb it only takes 1, and that raises its special attack, special defense, and speed. All 3 of those stats by 2. So basically doubling its special attack, doubling its speed, and doubling its special defense. Yeah, at that point, yeah, it takes only 1 turn to get going, and once it's gotten that Geomancy, it's just difficult to bring down. I mean, yeah, people then use Moonblast or Draining Kiss. Thunder is a secondary attack. It has access to Aromatherapy and Substitute. It's ridiculously strong. It's one of the strongest fairy type Pokemon in the game, next to Zacian, and even that, I think Zacian would be able to beat it down, but Zacian probably the only thing you can use to beat it down. Other than that, though, Xerneas just wrecks everything. Yveltal's not as bad, but still pretty strong. It has the ability Dark Aura, same deal, but for dark types. In earlier generations, it had the ability to use Toxic and Knock Off. No, it doesn't. So its 2 best dark type attacks are going to be Dark Pulse and Sucker Punch. It has the attack Oblivion Wing, but most people go Physical Attacker. Well, yeah, Physical Attacker with it. Its attack stat and special attack stat are strong, but about the same strength. I think you can use Taunt too, which is good too early game. Stop people from setting things up. Where do I put it though? Like, it's strong. It's basically Uber tier. I've seen people using it in Video Game Championship, like in 2021, with Assault Vest. Yeah, it has the ability to use Dark Aura, so it can power up your teammates' Dark attacks too. Oblivion Wing helps heals himself. It's got a self-healing move. Not as much healing as Draining Kiss, Geomancy, Xerneas. Yeah, gonna put him up there. Yeah, he's in the A tier. Actually, you know what? I might catch crap for this. I'm putting him in the B tier because of the fact that he has lost some potential. He doesn't have a lot of moves to use. He's kind of restricted with his moves. He's good, but there's not a lot of versatility with Yveltal. Now, Zad Guard has 3 forms. We're going to go through each one of them. First of all, no. 10% form, I don't know why you would use it. I guess if you want to use Power Construct, but If that's the case, just there's no reason. Now the next one is going to be Zygarde base form. Well, this is the one basically without the ability Power Construct. It has the ability Aura Break. While this Pokemon is active, the Dark Aura and Fairy Aura power modifier is less. You probably won't see people using that one too much. Maybe in doubles where they're worried about Xerneas but even then I wouldn't recommend it. I would just go at it with Zacian if you can. Yeah, basically Power Construct Zygarde, which is Zygarde complete form. I don't know, I guess maybe we should put them both in the same. Okay, so let's ignore that. So basically Zygarde, when I'm talking about Zygarde, I'm talking about Power Construct Zygarde. That's the hidden ability. If it's at half its maximum HP, it becomes Zygarde complete, which is way more HP, a little bit more special attack, and less speed. That's about it. So basically it gets kind of like a second wind almost with Power Construct. And it is versatile, but it is Dragon and Ground type, so very weak to Ice. That's my big complaint. That's why Ice type attacks are so good in this metagame, just because they wreck Pokemon like Zygarde, any Dragon type, any Flying type, a lot of Flying types, a lot of Ground types. So yeah, we got a Dragon and Ground type, double weakness to Ice. That's my only complaint. It also is weak to Dragon and Fairy type attacks. So if it gets hit with a strong enough Ice attack, Power Construct won't even be an issue. That being said, it has probably the most destructive Ground type attacks in the game. 1,000 arrows and 1,000 waves. 1,000 arrows is a Ground type attack that can hit Flying type. And I think, yeah, Flying type. Let me be right. Yeah, 1,000 arrows, it attacks Ground types and I think Levitating Pokemon, so yeah, that's kind of broken for a Ground type attack. Then 1,000 waves, which prevents Pokemon from switching out. It's one of the best power-up moves. Has two of them. Has Dragon Dance and it has Coil. We talked about Dragon Dance earlier. Coil raises its attack stage and defense stage and accuracy by 1. So, honestly, I'd kind of go with Dragon Dance over Coil. That's just me, though. And then it also has the attack Glare, which kind of like a more accurate Thunder Wave that can also hit electric types. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's slightly better Thunder Wave is Glare. So that being said, let's see. Yeah, I gotta put him up there. Yeah, he's pretty broken. Alright, Diancie has a Mega Evolution. That's about as nice as I can be about this thing. I guess it probably would work better on a Trick Room team. Speed is 50, but when it Mega Evolves, it becomes 110. Its HP, though, is only base 50, which is horrible. Yeah, basically it makes every other Pokemon on this list that we've talked about so far, makes Diancie look like crap in that respect. It's got good defense stats, but not enough to the point where it's really effective, so yeah, I gotta put poor Diancie down in horrible, unfortunately. Sorry, buh. Sorry, buddy. I will say, though, that it does have Diamond Storm. 50% chance to raise the user's defense by 2. And Clear Body, so it doesn't have to worry about losing stats from other attacks. Other Pokemon's attacks. Yeah, I can't be any nicer about that. Alright, next Pokemon, Hoopa. Now, you can't... I think, like, an X and Y, he was decent. It has 2 forms. It has an Unbound Form and a regular form and a base form. We'll talk about the base form first. Base form, special attack and special defense, really good. Attack, decent. Everything else, eh. Yeah, not good speed, not good HP, and downright lazy defense. It's got the ability of Magician. If this Pokemon has no item, it steals the item off a Pokemon and it hits with an attack. That's cool. But 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to have an item. Has access to has an attack called Hyperspace Hole. Breaks the target's protection for this turn. So yeah, if the move is successful, it breaks through King Shield, Protect, Detect, Spiky Shield. Yeah, so it breaks through those Protect type moves. That's good. Its base power is 80, and it's Psychic type attack. So it's got so Psychic and Ghost kind of leaves it vulnerable to Dark and Ghost types, but that's its only weakness. Other than that, though, yeah, it's not great. It's strong, though, so I'm going to put him in the D tier, and let's take a look at the Unbound Form. Unbound Form is crazy. Okay. So yeah, basically the Unbound Form improved almost every stat other than defense. It now has 170 special attack base, 160 physical attack base. Still has Magician, still has Psychic... Oh no, it's Psychic and Dark type now. So its only weaknesses are Fairy and Bug. But again, you have to change form before the battle. So yeah, Psyshock and Dark Pulse are its 2 best attacks. Nasty Plot's kind of the way to go. It's got a large move pool, wide range of attacks, strong special attack. Yeah, it can basically bring down a lot of Pokemon, a lot of legendaries on this list would have a hard time dealing with it. Yeah, Nasty Plot probably is the way to go with this thing. But yeah, it's pretty versatile, so I gotta put it up there. I'm putting it in B because it's probably on par with some of the other strong Pokemon here, but because of there's 2 main downfalls. Its defense is still 60 base, which is weaker than any Pokemon I think we've rated so far, other than Zygarde 10% form. Other than that, though, yeah, speed is 80, so you might be able to make it on like a Trick Room team or something to make it really effective. But that speed, though, is basically gonna wipe it out. All right, next Volcanion. Ever since the days of Gen 1, ever since I started playing, I kind of wanted there to be a fire and water type Pokemon, something that just kind of like those types that you'd think would cancel each other out. But no, fire and water, it's interesting. Its only weaknesses are electric, ground, and rock. Other than that, though, it has a done attack. It's water attack called Steam Eruption. 30% chance to call. It's basically a better Scald. 110 base power, 30% chance of burning. It can also use attacks Flamethrower. It can use Scald. It can use Hydro. I think it can use Hydro Pump. Yeah. It can use Earth Power, Sludge Wave. Yeah, a lot of attacks on this thing. Yeah, it's just a strong attacker. Now, its speed and HP are kind of where it falls flat, but other than that, though, it's got good defense, great special attack. So yeah, basically if you go with Steam Eruption, problem is you can't really boost its attack too much. Yeah, it's kind of stuck with just all-out attacking. You can probably Assault Vest it to make up for the less special defense stat. it has the ability water absorb, so basically any water attack that hits it just heals it. Yeah, so it's decent. I wouldn't put it broken, but it's still definitely making the B list. It's a solid B.